This man, Roger Joe, all dressed up and ready to go, brushed his teeth, trimmed his nose hair, had a cup of tea in his favorite chair. This was his first day off in ages. Now he could meet his friends and play chess. To the gentleman's club, he proclaimed, to ease his nerves so badly maimed, to engage in chatter without bother, with old chaps each fatter than the other. After a brisk and sunny stroll, "Oi, butler," yelled our hustler, "come on, show me in. There's a game in which I'm playing, and I'd like to begin." With a twitchy eye and a quivering chin, Butler Tabin scanned our sir from head to toe. "But oh whoa," replied the geezer. His expression took a change to uneasier. "As you well know, sir, we have the strictest code. Manners of the lords and clothing a la mode. That said, I find you quite wanting, I'm afraid." "What's this jabbing, old Tabin? Surely you know me. Courtship's my game in all tact, as you see. If you insist to stick with your proposition, at least tell me why." "Well, quite frankly, sir, you're grotesquely missing an eye." Taken aback by the unexpected rejection, Joe Roger took a moment for some self-reflection. "Well now, too bad, but this is no time to be sad. It's my day off for all that I care. Why not stop by Ivanov to purchase slacks a new pair?" Towards the tailor the stroll was resumed. With a merry air our Roger exhumed. "Knock knock, rabbity-tap," said the fancy oak door. A jaunt to a shop that which mere smell repels the poor. "Betray me not, my eyes, isn't it indeed? Old codger Joe Roger, the man who keeps me in feed. Come in, or I'll carry you like a king." "Bogger off, Ivanov, my dear goofer. I'm just looking for some clothing to make my air that much aloofer. Maybe just a jacket or a whole new set. What you would think that made me most amused." But without pulling out the measure, his request seemed to be refused. "Oh no, my lord, afford this is not I may. Any clothing laid on your frame would surely go astray. Please remember, in my art, your best interest is most closely by my heart." "Tempest and ashes, now what is this game? Why put a good man in gloom of such shame? My eye is no more, as I was informed before, but to stop you stitching sleeves to a vest, my man, surely you jest." "Oh, sir, how to say this? I'm at a loss for words. Be as you may, in your utmost charms, don't make me tell you that you have no arms." Poor Roger, his patience so grievously tested, is his good mood thus to be bested? "Oh, my lord, why do my fellowmen shun me? What kind of wrong could I ever have done thee? Friends send me away for physical appearance. But please wait, oh God, I just recalled our common acquaintance. Yes, indeed, how could I have ignored the one person who in my company by law shall never be bored? This particular individual arouses me in uncanny measures, so as for today from here on out I shall indulge in marital pleasures." So once more our Roger, financially well but sympathetically poor, with a skip in his step, was on his way to make this day. Marion Leanne, bride of the man, was in the act of enclosing her fair frame in the clothing for today, as her husband, ever so romantic and in acts of love openly frantic, barged in, demanding ribbons and ties to be unsolved, for a fierce incarnation of their love was about to unfold. Rearing with lust, his eyes fixed on the bust, a matrimonial pledge to enforce, Roger was proceeding firmly towards intercourse. But suddenly the pruder half, eyes big and wet like those of a calf, started the debate that made Roger's sword deflate. "Don't think of me as a weeper, my dear upkeeper. As well as you do what you do, so should I do to you. Is not what you did or said, nor have I headache or am I leaking what's worried for the bed." Roger froze and stared, utterly aghast. With her eyes downcast, Marion declared, "I'm sure my refusal will not have you pleased, but be sincere, would you make love to a person who's deceased?" Roger's day off was proving improportionately dreary, downright crummy, and it made him wary. Not only was he found missing an eye, forever unable of scratching his thigh, and if he was to believe his wife, last but not least lost even a life. Roger's knowledge of healthcare is admittedly bare, but with the risk of amateur diagnosis, his state gave him a scare. Leaving his wife's bedside, he decides to head where the doctor resides. Facing yet another door, he was greeted by a penicillular odor. No games and guesses anymore, it was time to settle the score with the scientist who so many adore. Bones and jars, incision scars, fumes exhausted behind bars, frights easily associated with wars. Displayed side and center, row after row, but after the doctor said enter, Roger didn't even spare a bow. Hear me never or now, Dr. Eisenhower. As busy as you may have been, I believe that in me you have the wretchedmost man you have ever seen, and I'm keen indeed to find the doctrine that I need, please. Leaving his work to the doctor quite alone, until he inquired what seems to be wrong. To which Joe Rogers said, without the case-appropriate dread, I'm supposed to be dead. Well now, my friend, said the doctor, people usually see me before their end. The fate God sent is rather impossible to bend, so before we go ahead, I'm really talking to a man who's walking but dead. Oh, people around me seem to say that I've lived beyond my final day. A curse upon you, tell and pray, quite the hindrance is it nay. Curses and blasts and Cossack boots, a dead man over land to dwell, for all I know, this could be hell. Good thing I carry this fine sword of mine to rid the demons and dragons inside. A flash from scabbard, heinous deed was concluded, a fate as of a dead man was hereforth eluded. See, Roger was a pious man, he feared the ban and of course God's hand. He endeavored for soul's integrity, for when he confronts with holy eternity, abruptly Doctor was left silent and still, for he missed his chance to remind Roger that it's 1st of April.